Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Golgothan and welcome back to another episode of Kerbal Space Program. In this episode, I plan to successfully land on the moon, take our Kethane sample, and return with no issues. That is the plan for today. I've got time to record so I can take a couple attempts to make sure that we actually successfully do this mission. As you can see, I've made some minor modifications to our, well, some major modifications actually. I completely redid the launch vehicle. As you remember before, it was 4 small engines, or small tanks on the outside, and 1 small tank in the middle, some small engines. Then what I went to this time is, this is my asparagus staging launch vehicle that I used all the time in my previous save that I played, and it always worked for me. I did a test run with it just to try to get out of the atmosphere, and I had no problems escaping the atmosphere. These orange tanks are huge. They hold 2,880 liquid fuel, so that's a lot of fuel. And then I also have these little smaller tanks underneath there of another 720, because these orange tanks with these mainsail engines seem to cause overheating issues, and then the engines will blow up, and that's not good. You don't want a Challenger situation happening. What else? I took away the middle stage that I had for the... Oh, I better move this, because that one's going to be bad. The middle stage that was the atomic engine that was supposed to help us land. And instead, I just put an extra fuel tank on our lander and a bigger engine on the lander. Also, because of balancing issues in the last launch, I put on these mining nodes on all 3 sides now with the lights, so that way these things actually weigh quite a bit, these drills. They weigh 1 kilogram or whatever the unit is that they use. Where is it here? Utility? Here. Yeah, total mass, 1. Where, like, I was looking at a lot of other stuff, and I guess that's pretty... But, like, other things that can go on the side are pretty light. So, the only real way to balance it, pardon me, was just to put more drills on there. Which is fine. It'll just make this little Kethane tank fill up much faster when we land on the moon. Let's see, what else? I believe that is pretty much it for what I changed. Yeah, I think so. I got the X struts and everything here. As you can see, it's much shorter, which makes it much more stable. And you can see our delta V is much, much higher, because this launch vehicle is amazing. In my previous save, I could use this launch vehicle to get myself to almost anywhere in the solar system. Well, without further ado, let us launch this sexy beast. Alright, we're on the launch pad. What? What? Why is my flag that? That's not what my flag should be. I have to change that, because otherwise when we plant our flag on the moon, if we do, it's going to be that, and that's not what I want. I don't know the best way to do this, so I'm just going to go vehicle assembly. Save. Exit. And flag. Should be LP flag. Okay. Looks like it is. And I'll just launch it from here. Alright. Kethane Miner Mark II with Jebediah. Launch. Alright, now we're on the launch pad. We got our proper flag. Throttle up. Lift off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, as you can see, our speed is going up really, really fast. If we hit over 200 meters per second, we are going to lose efficiency to air drag. So I have to throttle up. We might actually, look at that. Boom, can decouple that first set of engines. And now we'll throttle down. See how stable we are too? With not being so long when it's so top heavy, makes it much easier to hold the center of gravity. Plus, with the balancing of the drills, that really helps as well. See, look at that. We're over 7,500 right now. Oh, over 200 meters per second. That's bad. Look at how slow we have to go. How low our throttle has to be. That's so efficient on our fuel. Oops. Oh, now we can do our gravity turn and we can throttle all the way up. And see how easy that gravity turn goes? Oh, we're spinning a little bit. Spinning is not too bad as long as we can keep control of our heading. Break off engines. As long as we can keep control of our heading, the spin doesn't really matter as much. It can be annoying and of course dizzying, but we'll be fine. Watch our apoapsis because we are going to hit our point really quickly of 80,000. Almost there. Almost there. We're going to tilt our nose down. See? Sometimes all you have to do is just scrap your design and start over. Kill the engines. Look at how much fuel we have left, and we're not even in orbit yet. Or we're almost in orbit. We're about to get out of the atmosphere and make our orbital burn, and we'll still have our big orange tank left in the middle for our transfer burn to the moon. We're going to have a lot of fuel left at the end of this mission. Or at least but when we land on the moon. Come on, just get us up and closer to the apoapsis so that we can burn. I love this launch vehicle. Like I said in my previous save files, I use this launch vehicle all the time and it was always so perfect. Look at that beautiful horizon. There we go, out of the atmosphere. I'm just going to begin a slow burn this way to try to circularize our orbit. I love that orbital music. So serene. There's the sunrise, of course. Hello, Kerbal. And we may break these. It looks like we're gonna break these outer engines off before we circularize, which is fine. That just means they will go on a collision course to the planet. Less space debris, the better. I'm just keeping us at this 15 degrees because I guess I can lower it a little bit. I don't need, it's raising our apoapsis, and I don't really need that. But I'm just trying to keep us from hitting our apoapsis, and by going straight horizontal, that'll happen quicker. But we're coming up pretty good on our periapsis on the other side. Most people would just do a solid, strong burn close to the apoapsis, and I normally would do that too. Like here, I'm gonna push the throttle, bring the nose down, get that periapsis out. just gotta get it. Bam. Good enough. Does not need to be circular for this transfer burn. And look at all that fuel. You might be thinking, why did you not just make this launch vehicle in the first place? And I'll tell you, I don't know. Thought we would, I was trying to get by with as little fuel as possible. There we go. That is a landing course, but I don't want to land yet. I want to get in orbit around the moon so that I can pick a landing spot. There we go, 50. I don't like that angle, so let's see if we can get that angle better. I know I don't really need to tweak my orbit this much, but I like tweaking my orbit. There we go, bam. I like to have as close of an orbit as possible. So how long till this burn? 19 minutes for a 30-second burn. So I will add my alarm for my waypoint. Bam. Time warp. Kerbal alarm clock is such a brilliant add-on that I can't believe I didn't get earlier. I can't go faster when I'm below a certain altitude. Alright, coming up on our node. Delete on close alarm. Now let's get, see if we can't find our, should just be on the other side of the ball, should be our maneuver node. There is our node. 15 seconds till burn. Oh, come on. Come on. I'm going to miss the burn time by just a moment, but once I start burning, it'll be fine. There we go. T for SAS. Toggle it with F to fine tune. And watch that orbit grow. Where is she? Where's the moon? Ah, the moon will be coming over the horizon soon. Throttle down, fine tuning, fine tuning. Oh, that is a landing course. But that's fine, once we get close we can adjust. Maybe it'll be perfect, maybe that's going to be where we want to land. Let's do the time warp. There she is, the moon, as we begin our journey over. Also, one thing that's nice about these mainsail engines is that they produce electricity, so that don't necessarily need to have my solar panels open until I get to the moon, probably. Beautiful Kerbin as we leave. We will be back soon. Let's add an alarm for sphere of influence change. That's when we will be basically right on the moon. And then we can just time warp our way there. As Kerbin gets smaller and the moon gets larger and the sun blinds us. As we approach in. Okay, sphere of influence change should be coming in just a moment. There we go, I think that was it. There it is, there's the sphere of influence change. Whoa, whoa. going to get into an orbit around. There. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but not bad. That's better. Boom. Alright. So this is just me a tiny little burn just to correct my current course. And when I'm making these minor corrections, I don't necessarily need to wait for the node. I only make the node on the line so that I know where to aim for my burn. And I can just burn from pretty much anywhere out in this general direction. As I have it on real low, as I slowly bring my orbit out, my periapsis should pop out in just a moment. There it is. And then I just want to make sure they line up together right here. And there. Close enough to each other for my liking. Alright, now I can make another node on the periapsis, blam, to slow down. There, that's good for me. That is pretty circular. I'm going to open our solar panels just to be safe, because we are losing a little bit of power. I don't want to run out, because that would be embarrassing. Blam. Oops, missed my node. And of course we are not angled in a very good direction to get sunlight. That would be just my luck. Alright, making our alarm. 1 minute before the node. Time warp. Oh my, apparently, in Russia, that giant meteorite that, was on the news and with all the dash cams that happened in February, apparently they found a giant piece of it in a lake. Apparently it was 1.5 meters across and weighed, holy cow, 570 kilograms. That is massive. And it's just a small part of the original meteor. Wow, the original meteor is thought to have been 17 meters across with a mass of 10,000 tons. Holy cow. I want to know what it's made out of. I want to know the materials in the meteorite. I think that would be sweet to know, but they don't have information on this article about that. That's so awesome. Alright, we should be approaching our node pretty soon here as we creep in on the moon. I guess I could just spin us a little bit to get us that sunlight. There. Now we're getting sunlight. Alright, let's get to our node. Look at that, 6 seconds with this freaking awesome motor on here to bring us into a circular orbit. Here we go. And now we just slowly accelerate a little bit until we hit 3 seconds. T minus 3 seconds, we will begin our burn to circularize our orbit. I'm going to do this whole burn from the map because I need to see what I'm doing. Here we go. And 71, 81. Good enough. Does not need to be perfectly circular for what I'm about to perform. So, now I need to find a landing site. It looks like that is the only landing site down there where they have Kethane. So, I will choose a spot on the orbit. I have to tilt down a lot. Shoot. Oh, oops, wrong button. That button. Okay, so that is still in orbit. Such an exceptional orbit. Okay. That's good right there. That maneuver will be perfect. This is going to be awesome because the this extra motor, this extra engine here, I'm going to take that all the way to entering before landing, and then it will blow up on the planet, and I will have no space debris. Except these fairings. Nope, these fairings will crash too. I will have no space debris. Alright. Let's add the alarm. Fast forward. Oh, interesting. Apparently, there is a European space probe that is going to be launched soon, with a giant 1 gigapixel digital camera in the middle of a bunch of gold foil. I guess I would call them like reflectors or something like that. And let me find my node here. And it is going to be taking a detailed 3-dimensional map of the Milky Way. So amazing. Where is this node? There it is. I wish that there was like indicators on the ball in the direction in which the node is, so that I wouldn't be spinning in circles blindly. Alright. Again, of course, I will be doing this burn in the map, as I need to be sure of where I am heading. Okay. I might. Boom, close enough. Close enough. 93 and 25. What a horrible orbit, but that's not the point. We are landing this mother on this little area here. So I'm going to add a maneuver there. That's just going to be stop. Alright. In 10 minutes, we will begin our descent to the surface of the moon. Successfully, I pray. Here is the time when I will use this wonderful tool called autosave, or quick save, I mean. F5 is quick save by default, and holding F9 is load autosave, which I now realize is dumb for me. I need to change that because F9 is record in fraps. So if I hold F9, it will stop recording. I guess I could just toggle it back on to record, but whatever. Alright, get to the node. 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 Come on, node. So much mass in this thing. Alright. Our oxygen levels are fantastic. Our carbon dioxide levels, we're not even at half capacity for carbon dioxide. Look at our oxygen. We barely used any oxygen with this, with Jebediah. He doesn't require a lot of breathing. He requires 7 breathing per. I guess that makes sense. It's 1 oxygen per hour, 1 unit of oxygen per hour. And this has so far been a 7-hour flight. This whole mission is going to take probably less than a day. Alright, let's accelerate as we get close to our node. I'm not going to make an alarm because I'm just going to watch it. But I gotta be careful because overshooting this is bad. I'd have to make a full rotation around the planet again. It's not a planet. Oh, there's Kerbin. We're going to be landing with Kerbin in our background, so that's going to be awesome. Kerbin will congratulate us on our successful landing when we get down there. Alright. Let me check the map to make sure. Okay, we are getting close. I'm going to remove this node, and I'm just going to go as soon as the vessel is over the green. Alright, begin landing sequence. Killing horizontal velocity. Slowly killing horizontal and vertical as we just begin our descent to the surface. That. And there we go. Now we begin our descent. So I point us straight up. We now begin heading down to the surface. Hopefully fast enough that we don't miss our mark. I'm going to do very slight acceleration, but that's what killed me last time, is I just wasn't paying enough attention to the speed I was moving at. Because I want to make sure that this is a successful attempt. Okay, so with the giant camera in space that I was talking about, the glittering sheets of gold are part of an enormous sun shield, which will project Gaia's delicate image sensors, or protect Gaia's delicate image sensors from the ravages of sunlight during its 5-year mission. 5 years it's going to be out there, but it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see the results. Oh, it's going to be awesome. A 3D map of the entire galaxy. Fantastic. I feel like, no, I guess over 5 years we'll be on the other side of the sun. It'll be able to get different angles. I was worried that it was going to have to shoot behind the sun, and then of course with there being the issue of the sun being there and being so bright and ruining the sensors. But it should be okay. Alright, let's accelerate our descent a little bit more. Come down on this beautiful surface, this beautiful rocky gray surface. slow us down again. I apologize if this part is boring. I just really, really don't want to mess this up. Okay, need a little more throttle. There we go. I believe after a certain point here, I'm going to run out of fuel in this orange tank, and I will decouple it and begin just using our landing engine, which again is a little bit bigger than the one I had originally used, so it should work better at slowing us down and keeping us going at a slower descent. Okay. Come down, see our altitude for the terrain. See, this is here. You see the terrain versus the sea level difference here. If I was trying to land using this, which is the sea level meter at the top here, I would hit 3,000 meters before I thought I would, and that wouldn't be very fun. Time warp just a smidge more. Once I hit 10 kilometers, okay. 10 kilometers from the terrain, then I will begin burning again, and that should eliminate the rest of my fuel in this tank. There it goes. Break it off. Oh no! Alright, so we have run into an issue. Potentially. Okay. So we'll see what happens, because I accidentally deployed the parachutes, which actually isn't going to be an issue, because since there is no atmosphere on the moon, it won't be a problem. I can just get out with Jebediah and put them back in. So let's lower our landing gear. Oop, oop. There we go. As we continue our descent, look at that, how much more successful this is going to be. I just have to be really careful, because if I have come in too hot, I can bounce on these and possibly blow up our motor, our engine, and I don't want that. Also, I want to make sure we have no horizontal velocity, because I don't want to flip either. So I will burn there until retrograde is straight up. There we go. So we are coming down 4 kilometers from the surface. Speed it up the time. Oh, there went our big engine. No debris left. There we go. Slowly, gently. Our shadow should be appearing on the ground soon, I hope. Where's Kerbin? Oh. Don't see Kerbin. Oh well. Worry about landing first before I worry about finding our planet. Yeah, I don't think we can see Kerbin right now. Alright, we are just over 1 kilometer from the surface. Coming in at 32 meters per second. Slow us down to... We need to touch down at about 3 or less meters per second to ensure a safe landing. I'm a little worried. It looks like it's going to be kind of a slope we're coming in on. Come on. 500 meters from the surface. 450 from the surface. There's my shadow. You can see here's the surface altitude. If you're curious of where I was getting that number from. Slow us down as we 300. 250. 200. 150. 100 meters from the surface. 50 meters from the surface. 30 meters from the surface. And touchdown. Oh, what a beautiful landing that was. Success as we land on the surface. Why are we wobbling? Turn the SAS off, does that help? Alright. We're on a little bit of an inclination, but we successfully landed on the surface of the moon. Alright. So first and foremost, we must mark our return. And there's our drill. 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 Turn the lights on so we can see the ground as we drill on the surface. And as the drills go, Jebediah is going to come out here on the surface. Yes, Jebediah. He's gonna come over here. And we see Kerbin. Kerbin is behind the moon. Oh, we can drop our flag. Let's get in the sunlight here. There we go. There's Jeb. Plant flag. Dun 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 dun. First moon landing on this day. Jeb set foot on the surface of our first natural satellite and began collecting samples of Kethane. Bam. We have our plaque. Let's click on R. We'll turn on our jetpack. So we can then. There we go. This Jeb will get out of this toxic fumes. Grab back onto the crew hatch here. Bam. And get back on board. How's the resources? Oh my. So we are full up on Kethane. So let's pull these guys up. Retract drill. Get these guys back up. Turn off our lights. And I am going to end the episode there, and in the next episode we will begin our return journey to Kerbin. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe, comment down below. I am Golgothan, and I will see you next time.